if you don't share this video to at least 20 other people within a week, then you will get an unskippable ad every minute of every video from now on. Hello and welcome, my digitally ghostly leaves. Like I explained in yesterday's video, only screenshots from now on instead of the whole clip. If you wanna know why, just watch my video from yesterday, the Kamen Rider Revice review, and I'll go over it there. The short thing is, toys just being toys, so cannot do anything about this. But with that, let's jump right into the episode. Episode 9, Warped Time. Strange, Hiro thinks that Kotaro is pretty early here, but Kotaro says that Hiro is 30 minutes late. Well, from the preview of the last episode, we do know this is about Clockmon, so it's probably some time shenanigans. Fun fact here, Hiro does have the same voice actor as Koshiro from Digimon Adventure. And they also have a pineapple laptop. Maybe they are even related, like Hiro could be a descendant of Koshiro's, right? Of course you'd find a Pokémon in a library. But why a Bakumon though? Well, guess it's just his assistant. Okay, so Digimon have 4 stages in this. The first stage is them being invisible and only other Digimon can touch them. They can walk through walls in this stage. The second one has them, well, still invisible, but they can touch other things, but cannot go through walls anymore. In the third stage, they are now visible to humans, albeit just translucent. This is what we commonly know as a digital ghost. They can actually walk through walls again. And then we have the fourth stage. This is Gamamon and Co. Materialized Digimon, who are, well, physical like you and me are. I hope you are. This is a really interesting concept, and I think they will do something with it. And Hiro asked about his father, as he should. Pokemon wouldn't know anything about that. And apparently, if humans try to enter the digital world, they burn up in the process of digitizing. Oh. Well, we do know that his father is not dead, do we? It was just a recording in the beginning, but he seemed fine. Also, the way he entered the digital world was kind of different, so yeah, I do not think he's dead, but that does sound troublesome still. Yes, no surprise there, it is Clockmon doing this to Hiro. We knew that. Revenge, of course, is what it wants. Will we get the first Digimon death done by the main characters here? I mean, Clockmon is pretty evil. And again, we have that ominous shadow that's lying in Gamamon. I think there's something evil in it, but I think it will rather separate from Gamamon than Gamamon becoming evil, because look at it, it's so cute. Clockmon is about to die as the move was reflected by that shadowy thing. So Clockmon's time is running out now. But, well, Hiro being Hiro, he will help him. And they saved it by turning the clock on it backwards. With their fists. It is still an action show. And, well, Clockmon is not evil anymore. So redemption is also a thing that can happen. Up until now we just had outright misunderstood Digimon. Digimon that were good, but we messed something up and they didn't like that. And evil Digimon assumedly turning good. Well, and now for real turning good. But none of those died. And one of the evil ones just left. Huh. Strange. Well, this was a pretty good episode with a lot of world building, especially the explanation of the 4 stages Digimon can have. So That's good. Keeps it interesting. Episode 10, Game of Death. I just realized a fun thing. The title is Game of Death, which abbreviated would be GOD, which is the abbreviation from Games on Demand. Just saying. Poor Kotaro. Again, he is a victim of a Digimon. He played a game called Fighter's Kingdom to see the secret character, which is totally not because it's supposedly a hot girl he can see. No, of course not. And, well, you do that after winning 20 times in a row. He did that. Kudos to him, actually. But of course, the Digimon sucks him into the PC because of it. Whoopsie! Your libido can really mess things up for you. Oh, Pokemon moved to a library closer to Hiro's dorm. That means he's a recurring character now. I like that. Give us more supporting characters like that. This is cool. So, the enemies this time are Kinkakumon, who loves to battle, and Ginkakumon, a sake-loving Digimon that can turn humans, or rather opponents, I think Digimon could be turned into sake as well, into sake, to drink it. Yummy. Tastes like iron, I suppose. Those are basically based on Japanese folklore, so look them up if you want to know more. So the plan is for Kiyoshiro, who is good at games, to do the winning streak so he is able to challenge Kinkakumon and defeat it. But at the same time, he is afraid to do so because he is Kiyoshiro. And Jellymon exchanges his character with itself. Honestly though, this is probably working in their favor. Okay, Kinkakumon is actually controlled by Ginkakumon. Well, not mind controlled, no. Actually controlled with a gamepad. Kinkakumon does want that. It's like a game. Like Kinkakumon would be a game character. That's strange. But well, it evens up the field, I guess. Okay, Kiyoshiro puts up his field, and my wife actually found that out. Each of the three of them has their own field when they press that button on their Digivice to fight Kinkakumon for real. But Jellymon gets into quite the pickle doing that, so yeah, this is bad. Until Tesla Jellymon. I really like this look. It also has some planty bits on it. And obviously, it is named after Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American inventor. He's best known for the Tesla coils, who, in very simple terms, can create electricity. But they also can do this. And with this, they defeated Kinkakumon. Then they tell them they can actually get boosts anywhere in our world, and they don't have to fight for it. Hiro even gives away his dad's stash of boosts. So, nice for Ginkakumon. Not so nice for his dad, though. Great episode again. When I was a kid, I always liked these episodes that are around some kind of game, be it a video game or a board game. Those were always fun, and it still kind of holds true. Uri didn't really have anything to do in this one, but oh well. Episode 11, Kama Itachi. Okay, a little bit of an explanation for those who don't know. Kama Itachi is a yokai from Japanese folklore. Kama Itachi actually translates into sickle weasel. It was also referring to sharp cutting winds, because people didn't know that those were winds back then. So they thought it must be some kind of invisible monster, right? Seems logical. Angoramon disappears in the middle of the night, and Ruri, realizing that, is worried about it. What could it be doing? Well, it is a rabbit, so... Now, this is what you call cutting-edge technology. Well, she straight out asks Angoramon where it is going every night, and it just avoids the question, leading to a little bit of a fight between them. It probably has a good reason, but at least tell people that you cannot tell them and vaguely why you cannot tell them without actually telling them what you're doing, because I think people would understand that. Also, this will probably lead to Angoramon evolving in the end, right? So Angoramon is just visiting some other Digimon? And that has to be kept a secret? This is really tame. He makes Ruri worry for absolutely nothing. Turns out the culprit was a Repamon. Or rather its tail, as that has a mind of its own. It wants to prove how sharp it is. And how good it can cut things. But cutting humans as a proof? We are rather soft, so what does that prove? Ruri tries calling for help, and Hiro, well, is on his way. While Kiyoshiro, as much as he loves rules, just doesn't take a look at his phone. So he doesn't know she's calling him. I mean, it's okay. You aren't allowed to talk in the train. But he could at least have a look at it, and seeing that it's Ruri, in the middle of the night, probably something happened. So at least text her. That should be okay. Did you notice that there are 2 DNA strings behind Gammamon when it evolves? One red and one blue? Corresponding to the colors of the evolutions it got now? I think it will get another one. Probably green, huh? Jellymon had a pink one, by the way. Okay, so he is happy that he got blue. But, well, that does mean Gammamon's evolutions are at random and they cannot choose which one it becomes. That is interesting and might lead to problems in the future. Also, I wonder how Gammamon's ultimate level will work. Will it be 3 ultimates, or is it some kind of combined form? Well, Repamon wants to cut off his own tail. I mean, it does take responsibility here, but there has to be another way, right? That's kind of harsh. Angoramon to the rescue, but this time with weapons. Looking forward to the evolution. Coming soon, I think. Ruri wants to solve this by talking it out, which is a lot more difficult, but come on, it's better than killing, right? Sometimes you have to go the different path, because it's the right thing to do. And they solved this situation by having the tail cut lemons. Let me explain. You really need a lot of skill to cut lemons very thinly, and a really sharp blade to do that. So it actually would prove its sharpness and its ability to cut things. Also, Angoramon tells Ruri about the Digimon gathering and they make up. Nice. This episode was nice. Nothing special happened, but we get a bit of a bonding moment and character development. Wait, Angoramon didn't evolve. Okay, we'll have to wait a bit more on that in that case. And I really like that they don't spoil it in the previews. Episode 12, Chain Letter. For once, not only Kiyoshiro, but also Jellymon is afraid of the enemy? Strange. Also, Gammamon destroys Hiro's phone because it gave him bad vibes. Probably because of the chain letter that spawned the Sasomon in this episode. Jellymon is afraid of these Sasomon as they suck out the liquid from your body, and she, as a jellyfish basically, is almost only made out of water. That does actually make sense. Welcome to the modern world, where a guy can be attacked by strange plants and the first reaction of people is filming it, not helping it. I really like the world building of this show. You don't just have generic background characters that are exchangeable and all look the same. No, you could actually make a list of all the students in this school and you see them recurring, even if they don't have a voice role or something like that. That's really nice. Also, everyone's mad at Kiyoshiro because of the chain letters. It's not his fault, but they don't know that. This graph that shows how fast Sassamon spread can also be used as a graph for a certain virus that is non-digital. Motivated to save the world because of chocolate. Gammamon is so pure and innocent, please stay that way. The damaged ones combine into one big one. That is bad, right? Here's the pink DNA string I mentioned. I guess Angormon will be yellow? And the green one is added, just as I assumed. And this means Wesen Gammamon. Like I said, green might be my favorite color, but I like Chaos Gammamon more. But this still looks cool. It is the slowest of the three and more of a powerhouse, so I guess Beetle Gammamon is the balanced one between them. Also, of course, naming time! So, as with the others, Wesen is a star in a constellation. That constellation being Canis Major. Strangely though, that star is a yellow supergiant, not a green one. Huh. And again, it is one of the brightest stars in the sky. Just as they were about to finish it, this old Sassamon comes from the sky and apologizes. It created the clones to not be lonely, which I guess is okay. And then he lost them. He never intended for them to do any harm. Or so it says, but I'm not buying that at all. Well, everything's back to normal, except Hiro's phone, which stays destroyed. Poor guy. And now we have all three forms of Gammamon. At least the ones we saw in the opening. There might be more. Angoramon's evolution is still missing, but I think we'll see that in the next episode or the episode after. This was an interesting one and really enjoyable. So, tell me in the comments what you thought about this episode. And let's have a little discussion about it. And if you liked my video, fire a Sedona at the like button and a punishine on subscribe and the little bell. Also in the description you can find links to my Twitter, Instagram and Twitch, where I stream every Friday, Saturday and Sunday at 6 PM European time. Until next time, bye-bye.